That cut through the dense forest was notorious for its eerie atmosphere. Many whispered tales of spirits and lost souls haunting the road, but none were as chilling as the legend of the Vanishing Hiker. It was a foggy night when Mark decided to take a detour through the forest to avoid traffic. As he drove, he spotted a lone figure walking along the side of the road. Concerned for their safety, he pulled over and offered a ride. The hiker, a young man with hollow eyes, accepted wordlessly. Mark tried to make conversation, but the hiker remained silent, staring ahead with an unnerving intensity. As they approached a particularly desolate stretch of road, Mark felt a shiver run down his spine. He glanced at the rearview mirror and gasped in horror. The hiker had vanished. Frantic, Mark slammed on the brakes and searched the surrounding forest with his flashlight, but there was no sign of the mysterious hitchhiker. Trembling, he drove away, haunted by the memory of the vanishing hiker. Sarah had heard the stories of the Phantom Hitchhiker that roamed the highway at night, but she never believed them until she encountered it herself. It was past midnight when Sarah spotted a figure waving frantically on the side of the road. Against her better judgment, she pulled over and rolled down the window. The hitchhiker, a woman with vacant eyes, climbed into the back seat without a word. Sarah tried to make small talk, but the woman remained silent, staring out into the darkness. Unease settled in the pit of Sarah's stomach as she drove on, the silence broken only by the sound of the radio crackling with static. As they neared the outskirts of town, Sarah glanced in the rearview mirror and froze in horror. The back seat was empty. Heart pounding, Sarah pulled over and searched the area, but there was no sign of the Phantom Hitchhiker. Terrified, she sped away, vowing never to drive that highway again. The old rest stop was a haven for weary travelers, but it held a dark secret that few dared to speak of. Jake had been driving for hours when he decided to pull over and stretch his legs at the abandoned rest stop. As he wandered through the dilapidated buildings, he felt a chill run down his spine. The air was thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by the sound of his own footsteps echoing off the walls. Suddenly, Jake heard a faint whispering coming from the shadows. Heart racing, he followed the sound deeper into the darkness until he came upon a room bathed in an eerie blue light. There, in the center of the room, stood a figure cloaked in darkness. Before Jake could react, the figure lunged at him with inhuman speed, its eyes burning with malevolent fury. With a cry of terror, Jake fled from the rest stop, vowing never to return. The deserted highway was the perfect hunting ground for the phantom truck that prowled the night. Tom had heard the rumors of the ghostly semi-truck that terrorized unsuspecting motorists, but he never thought he would encounter it himself. It was late when he spotted the headlights in his rearview mirror, steadily gaining on him with unnatural speed. Panic rising, Tom pushed his car to its limits, but the truck stayed hot on his tail, its horn blaring like a banshee's wail. Desperate, Tom took a sharp turn down a side road, hoping to lose his pursuer in the darkness. But the truck followed, its massive frame looming ominously in the night. With nowhere left to run, Tom braced for impact as the truck bore down on him with supernatural force. And then, in an instant, it was gone, leaving Tom alone on the deserted highway, shaken but alive. As he drove away, he couldn't shake the feeling that he had narrowly escaped something far more sinister than a mere phantom truck. Each of these tales sent chills down the spines of those who dared to listen, serving as a grim reminder that some roads are best left untraveled after dark.